I want to share an unspeakable, agonizing secret to you, a mental journey about being sexually assaulted. Since that incident, my world has been toppled. I no longer feel safe. Everything is unpredictable. I feel like I understand nothing about this world. I can't figure it out why it happened to me. Am I problematic? Is that my fault? Did I do something wrong? If not, then why would it happen to me? Is it because I didn't resist or shout out? So he felt that I agreed with him to continue doing this? If I disclose it, it certainly would turn into a big scene. Or, when other people know about it, they might also say, "Was it a misunderstanding? She's just a child, she doesn't understand. He is the breadwinner of the family, how could this happen? He is part of the family, he wouldn't do it again. Impossible, my son would not do such a thing. Did you come up all this by your imagination? She must be lying." I don't think they will believe in me. As long as I keep my mouth shut, no one will get hurt. Everything can go on as usual. I feel so disturbed, angry, depressed, guilty, and ashamed. Later on, I found out guilt is one of the ways to help us tide over the crisis. If I do this, things won't happen. Thinking like this seems to help us feel that we can control this matter and feel safer. He is the one who takes care of me. How could it be his fault? It must be my problem. I don't blame him. I only blame myself. If I continue to pretend nothing had happened, then our relationship could be preserved. Why didn't I react at the moment? In fact, what was going on in our mind at that time? Our brain can simply be divided into rational brain and instinctive brain. The rational brain is mainly responsible for cognitive functions, logical thinking, problem solving, planning, and judgment. The instinctive brain makes sure you are safe at the fastest place without conscious analysis. For the rational mind, he had always been a person I trusted, just like my relatives, grandfather, dad, mom's boyfriend, tutor, or coach. Usually he treated me well, taught me, played with me, sent gifts to me. So I trusted him unsuspectingly. Also, he might have used some tricks like playing with me, conducting body checks, sending free gifts to make me think that was a normal thing. Or he had said something to intimidate me, make me scared or dare not tell others, making me feel I had to follow what he said and do what he wanted. And being sexually assaulted is not a glorious thing. So even though I slowly realized that something was wrong, I don't know how to stand for myself. I don't know how to refuse, and I don't have that courage to refuse. For the instinctive brain, when the violation really occurs, it will make an instinctive reaction to survive as quickly as possible. It could be counterattack, run away, or freeze. You might be wondering, can I prevent it if I choose to fight back or run away? The instinctive brain knows that as human beings, we are often no match for opponents who are stronger than us. Not to mention the person who hurts me is the one I used to believe in. The instinctive brain doesn't even know how to fight back or escape. At this moment, the instinctive brain will freeze my body, making me silent and not being able to move my body. This method of self-protection has its special functions. It reduces my feeling and pain at that time, hoping to make the other party lose interest in me. For some people, even if the danger has passed, their brain still had not digested it, and they may continue to use this function to protect themselves. Stay alert at all times. Any sound, movement still touches her nerves. Don't want to face it. Don't want to mention or face any related people and events. The problem is, when the danger has passed, these self-protection strategies will cause us a lot of inconvenience. In fact, each of us has our window of tolerance. Within this range, I feel comfortable. I can feel my emotions and think clearly. When I go above the window of tolerance, I will become tensed. My thoughts will become chaotic, and it is difficult to think clearly. However, when I fall under the window of tolerance, I will become numb, and I can't think of anything. For people who have been abused, their window of tolerance will shrink for a long time, to make them feel they can better protect themselves in danger. In this case, how can I relax when the crisis is over? Through the things we do, see, and say afterwards, we can change the operation of our brain to lower our overstimulated self-defense mechanism. Most people actually have a hard time when they learn about sexual assault, and they don't want it to be true. Sometimes they will put the blame on you, making you confused and thinking that the problem is really on you. However, it is the responsibility of adults and parents to protect their children. It is not your fault not to be taken good care of. The offenders will say and do different things to make you mistakenly think that you are also responsible for it and it is your fault too. This is their trick, but it is not the truth. As a child, you have already tried your very best to solve the problem. Being an adult now, you can be more compassionate to that child for her efforts to withstand the difficulties of abuse. Even when we grow up, sometimes certain memories will suddenly pop up in our minds and trigger difficult emotions. Accepting ourselves, still feel sad for the past experience, recognize that we still have the courage to touch pain and not becoming numb. Being abused is an experience and a very sad experience. But you shall never be defined by it. You still belong to yourself. You still have your own uniqueness. Being abused is an experience. You will continue to grow, enrich your knowledge, ability, social network, and narrate your own future.